The Arctic is a truly unique place. From icy deserts to vibrant cities, the Arctic is home to diverse cultures and complex ecosystems. But the Arctic is undergoing significant change and warming more than 3 times faster than the rest of the world. Imagine the Arctic as the world's air conditioner. What happens there affects the entire planet. So how does the Arctic Council contribute to understanding and addressing these changes? The Arctic Council has 6 working groups that tackle environmental, social, and economic challenges in the Arctic. The working groups are the engine of the Arctic Council, driving its everyday work and activities on the ground. The working groups address essential topics like Arctic peoples, biodiversity, climate, oceans, pollutants, and emergencies. Briefly, AMAP monitor and assess climate change and pollutants and their impact on the environment and humans. CAF's mandate is to address the conservation of Arctic biodiversity and to communicate its findings to the governments and residents of the Arctic. PAIM addresses marine issues such as shipping. ACAP works to reduce pollution through targeted pilot projects. STWG strives to enhance the well-being of Arctic inhabitants and communities. And EPPR works to prevent and prepare for emergencies in the Arctic and on how to best respond should one occur. While each working group has its own specific mandate, cooperation between the groups is crucial, as many Arctic issues are complex and benefit from diverse expertise. Take pollution. Pollution is the introduction of harmful materials into the environment, and there are many types of pollution, such as waste on land, marine litter, air pollution, oil spills, and many more. Let's pick some examples and see how the working groups deal with some of the pollution issues affecting the Arctic. The Arctic Ocean makes up the biggest part of the region. To get an overview of plastic litter in the marine environment, the working group PAIM conducted the first Arctic-wide desktop study on marine litter. The study showed the extent of plastic pollution in Arctic waters. They also used GPS-equipped capsules to highlight how marine litter can travel in the ocean for months and years. Some end up thousands of kilometers away from where they originated. AMAP works with a wide range of pollutants, everything from contaminants like mercury and radioactivity to microplastics. AMAP developed a plan and guidelines in collaboration with other international bodies on how to monitor the presence of litter and microplastics and assess its effects in the Arctic. The plan covers plastic pollution in the air, on land, in rivers, lakes, and all the way to the bottom of the sea. Data and recommendations from the monitoring program for the entire Arctic ecosystem contribute to global efforts to reduce plastic pollution. The presence of plastic pollution in the Arctic also affects seabirds, which serves as an indicator of ocean health. A recent study found that half of all Arctic seabird species had signs of plastic ingestion. CAF developed a monitoring framework to measure plastic ingestion in Arctic seabirds to better track how plastic pollution may affect wildlife. This work feeds into the studies of other working groups like PAIM's and AMAP's work on plastic. CAF is also working on understanding how plastics might affect other species, such as shorebirds. It can be difficult to handle waste and prevent litter in remote parts of the Arctic. Depending on the season, some places are only accessible by air or water. Therefore, ACAP and STWG work together on waste management in remote Arctic communities. Their joint project brings together regional governments, community leaders, and waste management experts. They provide Arctic communities with different tools to handle waste properly so it doesn't end up in places it shouldn't be. Many different pollutants affect the Arctic, and sometimes especially harmful pollution ends up in the environment, for example in the form of an oil spill. The environmentally sensitive Arctic region is characterized by harsh conditions and limited infrastructure, which increases risks for emergencies and poses challenges in responding to them. EPPR is working on a project that focuses on preventing, preparing and responding to oil spills in small communities. The goal is to improve skills and knowledge through different tools should an accident happen. Pollution issues pose significant challenges to the Arctic environment. However, the working groups demonstrate that solutions are feasible. Usually there are more than 100 ongoing projects on various issues across the working groups, and pollution issues are just one of the areas they address. Through their projects and community engagement, the working groups present the most recent research, monitoring strategies, and recommendations to policymakers. Arctic Council working groups bring together knowledge holders, experts, and researchers from the Arctic states, permanent participant organizations, and observers to cooperate on projects. In this way, the Arctic Council constitutes the largest network of Arctic experts. Cooperation on various levels between the Arctic states, indigenous peoples, and experts across the world is vital to maintain the functionality of our global air conditioner. Remember, each one of us has a part to play in preserving the Arctic and addressing its environmental challenges. Together we can accomplish what no one can achieve alone.